After studying and deciding that we probably need to make a career change, got some yellow pad and started making some notes and driving around and finding some addresses, some crappy looking houses.
He would be driving down the street and I would be sitting on the passenger side with my yellow pad, and we would find a street that we liked, that we wanted.
Thinking we probably need to see if we can buy these and redo them and rent them, with no intent at that time of reselling them, with just the intent of keeping them for us and build our retirement that way through acquiring income-producing properties.
So I would write down the street name, and then he would slowly drive down the street and tell me the addresses that he wanted to mail to.
And then mailing them a letter and telling them we'd be interested in buying their property.
I'll start.
No, I got it. I'm just trying to think where to start. Let me do this.
I'll start. Go ahead, start.
So our dad, he started managing properties for people, which is when it really started to escalate and started to get busier. And so what I remember doing is I would come back from school and I would ride around with him, go look at properties. That's the first memory I have of being like, man, this is pretty cool. I just remember everything was different.
I'm the one who first bought houses down here from Kent Sr. back when Rhett was still in college. They kind of laid out a vision of what they were building, what would become Memphis Invest. I mean, that's what it was. That was the first time y'all had designed the name, right? It had always just been more of just a company. It was Kent Senior, I guess. KIG? CIG, yeah. What eventually happened was I got involved because my forte was talking. I like people. It was easy for me to talk.
You had Kent Senior's dynamic and personality, which is to drive and push and push and push and push more. And then you have Chris's personality, and Chris can talk to everybody and everything, including a wall. And then you have my personality, which was the kind of the glue that held those two together, the middle ground of that. We all had three separate strengths, but when you tied those all together, it created this perfect dynamic between us three that really worked out and really set the footprint for where this thing was gonna go. The family dynamic is definitely interesting. Like I said, I'm kind of the guy in the middle ground that tries to keep them. When I say them, I'm talking about my dad and brother, because they're just always just going at it, and personalities are so different. They're completely the opposite of each other. Chris is the unorganized one that gets out in front of everybody and talks to everybody, while Kent Sr.
Why can't I just be the guy that likes to talk to people? Why do you gotta stay unorganized?
I've always said that we wanted to create a multi-generational business, that if we set it up right, would not only take care of our family, but 2 or 3 generations down the line. I don't think either one of us had any idea really what we were doing. We just knew that if you worked hard enough and just kept drilling and drilling and drilling and driving and driving and driving, in this case, that we would run into opportunities. I've always said this, that I have a hard time working with average people. If you don't want to be awesome, if you don't want to be great, if you don't have high expectations of yourself, if you don't have a lot of self-confidence, then we probably don't have a job for you, because we're looking for people that want to be over the top, type A personalities. I'll take a whole room full of them, all right? Because I'll figure it out. Those are the type of people that we want working for our company.
My name is Ryan Woolbright. I've been working with Memphis Invest for about 4.5 years. Working with the Clothiers as a family is probably the best thing I like about my job. There's always grandkids, kids running around there, and everybody knows that family comes first. I have a 14-year-old son, so it's easy for me if I have to skip off to go to lunch with my son or pick him up before he's sick or go do some school trip. I know that whenever it comes down to him, he comes first, and then Memphis Invest comes second.
When I was 18 years old, I was lucky enough to go hear Zig Ziglar. And one thing he said, I never forgot, that you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want in life. That's a mantra that we live by. That's what we drive into our team. That's what our entire office focuses on, is what can we do for others? Because the more we help others, the more we'll get anything we want. Whatever we can do to help you, that's what we want to do.